at the latest piece in my collection. This is a ORIS Divers 65, and this is in stainless steel with the bronze bezel insert with the dark blue dial. I think this watch is simply stunning and fantastic. And once I saw it, I knew it was for me. This watch has a lot going for it, but it has several things that hold it back. But still, even with the negative things about this watch, it was still good enough for me to want it. Oris has done some things by bringing this watch back that they could have improved on, but I get it. You know, you can't make everything perfect. Every watch has its flaws, and this one just happens to have more than one. But let's just get right to it. Let's start off with the dimensions of this one. This case is going to be 40 millimeter case. The thickness, including a heavily domed sapphire crystal, is 12.85, just about 13. And then a lug to lug is going to be a scant 45. So this watch and then a lug opening is going to be 20. So this watch has all the dimensions that I like as far as for an everyday piece. And that's what I call this. I call this an everyday piece. I know it's called the Divers 65, but this isn't a watch that, while it's water capable, I don't think you really want to go diving with this. Save that for the big boys or a Seiko. This one is about bringing back the past and a revival, and it just looks plain old good. Now, let's start off with the crystal. This crystal is highly domed, as you can see, and it gives you that vintage plexiglass feel with the distortions as you cut it at an angle. They did an excellent job with that. The dark blue dial is fantastic. Let me put the headline on so you might be able to see that better. Look at that. That dark blue dial is just fantastic. I really love that dial. Just dances in the sunlight. Now, the old radium type Lume, they hit that right out of the park. And the gold gilt indices, gold printing, and gold gilt hands are just lovely. I love the way that they put the 6 o'clock date window down here, along with Swiss made. And this watch is powered by a Sellita SW200. That's one of the things that is, while not negative because it's easily serviceable, it does only have a 38-hour power reserve. Now, the other thing that is wrong with this watch, that I don't say it's wrong with it, it has a deficiency in it, is the lume. Now let's take a quick look at that. I'll lume it up with my black light and cut the studio lights down. The lume is only going to be about average on the indices. Now, the dive pip and the hands are twice as bright as the indices on this model. So if you're a lume junkie, I would pass on this particular watch if that's what you're looking for, because it does not lume up all night. It's not Lume bright. It's old radium super luminova, and they frankly did a horrible job as far as applying the lume on the indices. But I still love the watch. You have a signed screw down crown, 100 meters of water resistance, so it doesn't make it super capable, but it does have some capability. I love this beautiful leather strap, old vintagey feel. Closed case back the way I like it, especially with a pedestrian movement like an SW200. But Oris did regulate this watch, and they do run very well. So that is a plus. Now, on the bright side, you get this lovely bronze bezel, that patina, so each one will be different depending on how you touch it and the oils of your skin and seawater, whatever gets to it. And then you have this lovely thin case. This case is strikingly thin, and it's just one of the most comfortable watches that I've ever purchased. It really is. It has a downswept case, lugs, a strap that pulls straight down so it doesn't inhibit um, the way it wears. And this watch can be worn comfortably from, I want to say, a 4.5-inch wrist all the way up to a 9-inch wrist, and it won't look out of place. It just covers all the bases with the dimensionality of it. Okay, now you do get 120 click bezel with a really nice detent, really loud, no back play. Everything lines up. That's one thing that I do like about this. ORIS does have a lot of quality. Now, I'll try this on my wrist, which is 7.25 inches. And this factory ORIS strap does taper down pretty thin, but it just fits amazing. Look how snug and close to the wrist it fits. It looks wonderful on my wrist, which is 7.25 inches. Easily readable date with a black date wheel with white printing. I like the way they did that. It really pops. Vintage lollipop on here. And this is just something to behold. Now, you do get a simple pin buckle with this leather strap, but it is signed ORIS. And since ORIS is over 100 years old, it does have some brand cachet. And also, they tend to hold their value. Once they hit the resale market, they tend not to go down. They just stay at the same. So you may be able to find a discounted, but it will never go past a certain point. So you'll never find one of these for $200 is what I'm saying. But it is just a nice watch. You got a screw down back with the old ORIS shield. And you just get a pedestrian 100 meters of water resistance. But that's what I like. This watch has style and panache and spades, and it's just a lovely, lovely piece. I think everyone should get one of these Diver 65s. That's the Watch Most Over for today. I want to thank everybody for watching. Please subscribe. My name is Big E, and as usual, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching. God bless.